trying to change that program to fit the system. Instead, Billy's come into a program like this. Westhead's come into a program like this. His players can run and shoot well, so he lets them. And therefore, both teams have been successful racking up points. All right, we're going to pause for network adjacency spot, and then we'll be back to the starting lineup for Loyola Marymount and review the centers again. Right now, the 60 network timeout. All right, let's take a look now at the starting lineup for Loyola Marymount. Only their fourth game. They, too, have been off a week as the Sooners. They have won once, and that was not against one school. It was against Azusa Pacific, and it was a wild one, 164 to 138. You need only put the calculator on briefly to know that over 300 points were scored in that game. They then lost at home to Oregon State, and on the road, they were a loser, a heartbreaker at Santa Barbara, 95 to 94. Of course, have won 5 and lost 1, and last week put together 3 consecutive wins as played twice at home and once on the road, up their mark to 5-1, and in all 3 victories were at least at 100 or more. And of course, tonight here equaled their Division I record for most points scored against Division I teams when they defeated Oral Roberts 52 to 122. Loyola Marymount, coached by Paul Westhead, will start Jeff Fryer, a 6'2 junior from California. At the shooting guard, he is averaging 18 points a game. Not shooting that well, though. He's the poorest shooter of the starters. 7% from the field, although he's perfect at the free throw line on 14 tries. Enoch Simmons will be the other guard, 6'4 senior from California, also after 3 starts, averaging 18 points a game. Now the pivot will be Hank Gathers, and this is not a team at all. In fact, this is probably one of the few teams through the year that Oklahoma will really have a size advantage on it, David, and I'll talk about that. But that doesn't make that much difference in a game like this. Hank Gathers is a 6'7 junior from Philadelphia. Can he score? Well, he's number 1 in the nation, averaging 33.7. He's had a 33-point game and back-to-back 34-pointers. He is third in rebounding, averaging 13.5 rebounds a game. Again, that's after 3 games, and that's very, very difficult to put in that, except that last year, Gathers did average 22.5 points. He is a good player. At the forward will be First. He spells it S-T-U-M-E-R, but pronounces it Steamer, and I guess that's the way they pronounce that word in Sweden, because that's where he's from. He's a 210 sophomore, averaging 5 rebounds a game, 12.3 points an outing. And rounding out the starting lineup will be Tom Peterson, who would not be in there if Bo Kimball was not injured. Now, right now, the word is that Kimball will not start. If he does, Loyola Marymount is a much better team right out of the gate. But if they figure they need him tonight, he probably is going to play. He played briefly in 2 games. Not really briefly, but he did not get that much playing time. Averaged about 11 minutes a game, still averaged 11 points a game. He's had a chronic knee problem. Different things have happened to it. Different injury this year than last year. When he came into the lineup last year, after sitting out early in the season, they won 25 consecutive games. He is both. So if he gets into the game, Loyola Marymount becomes a different team if he can play well. But for now, Tom Peabody, a 6'3 sophomore from Santa Ana, who's averaging just under 2 points a game, will get the starting call. We'll review the Sooners for you and have more as we wait for the tip-off for this nationally televised game. We'll give our local stations a chance to sell something and be back in 60 seconds.
This is our first real dinner alone in 25 years.
Can you believe? That means it's time for a friendly review with a Farmers Insurance group of companies.
I think we'll be making a lot of changes.
You mean maybe you'll wash and I'll dry?
One step at a time.
America. And on Farmers.
In Muskogee, see Marvin Schmidt at 617 Eastside Boulevard. Call 682-0795.
Attention high school seniors and college students ages 16 through 21. Eastern Private Industry Council announces part-time employment for qualified applicants.
David, as we get ready for this one, you had an interesting point a minute ago because Billy and I sort of touched on this on the pregame show, and that was that sometimes the hype for a game like this, you get the exact reverse of what everybody expects. I still can't imagine that both teams probably aren't going to top 100, but I think people are not going to see. I don't believe that they will see a record here tonight, at least for 2 teams over. I bet a couple of the people on Media Row that no record. records would be broken here tonight. We'll see what happens. All in fun, of course. One thing, though, I think Oklahoma's going to play tougher, more man-to-man defense against Loyola because they are such good three-point shooters, all of them. In the scouting report that Mike Anderson puts together and watching them play a week ago, he says anyone on this team is capable of shooting three-pointers anywhere on the court. Of course, you've got to be outside the range, but all 5 players that are on the floor at any given time will back up and shoot one. So I think Oklahoma will play a little bit closer man-to-man defense, which, in my opinion, may keep the score a little lower than what some fans may think it's going to end up.
I'll tell you one thing, we are going to see, or at least we'll be telling folks that we're seeing it, a very interesting theory that Paul Westhead uses. Oftentimes, off the free throws, he'll have 3 people down in the opposite end of the court if the other team's shooting a free throw. Oftentimes, they will crash only 2 to the board, and with no regard as to what's going to happen, rush 3 to the other end, look for that quick outlet pass, and just do it more than you see a lot of teams do it. It's going to be an interesting game.
I think so, too. I think one that Oklahoma would like to play before getting into some of the other teams that they're going to play against to get this running up and down the floor game under their belt.
All right, we'll be ready to get it underway. Right now, we're going to pause for these messages from Bud Light and post-race night. Starting lineup again for Oklahoma will be the same one that started against Oral Roberts. Mookie Blaylock, 6'3" senior from Garland, averaging 18 points. 6'3" Terrence Mullins to the guards, averaging 7.5. Also on the perimeter, 6'6" senior Stretch Jones, averaging 13.2. Stacey King at the pivot, averaging 25.5 points a game. And Tony Martin, averaging 7 points a game. The 6'8" junior from Los Angeles rounds out the starting lineup. It will be Hank Gathers at 6'7" against King to jump center. David Hall and Ed Schumer from the Big 8 Conference. And James Laustalot from the WCAC. Schumer is the referee. He's got the ball in the air. It's tipped back and forth. Comes to King in the lane after being touched by Martin. And is given to Mullins. And the visitors have asked that they shoot at their end of the bucket in the first half. And on a drive to the bucket immediately, Blaylock misses a shot. Tony Martin pulls down the rebound and commits a personal foul. Normally you see teams shoot at the opposite end away from their bench in the first half, but it is the visiting team's prerogative. They've elected to do it the opposite way.
Mookie Blaylock's playing the off guard again. Billy calls it 2 points, but it still gets the ball inside a little better.
All right, against pressure, Gathers gets the ball down court, goes to the baseline, pull it up, shot is no good, loose in the lane, put back up, and fouled as he gets the shot off in the lane is Per Steamer, the sophomore from Sweden. He'll be going to the line. The shot from the corner was missed by Tom Peabody, who's averaging only 2 points a game, but against the pressure, he had the open shot, took it, the ball came off the heel into Steamer, and he was fouled by Martin, and Martin has picked up 2 fouls in just 19 seconds.
Well, I wish these 2 teams had played last year. You know, LMU got under 100 points only 9 times in 28 wins and 4 losses last year.
Right, tied the NCAA record as the free throw bangs away no good for Steamer. Tied the NCAA record for most games 100 or more, 23. Here's Steamer's second free throw, and it skips out no good, and King comes down with the rebound. Lions averaging 71% from the free throw line. Blaylock wants a three-pointer and gets it from the corner. Blaylock fires home the first 3 points of the game. Against pressure, Blaylock steals at half court. Drives around, Gathers. Bounce pass off to Martin. Martin puts up the shot. It won't go. Looks like he walked with it. No call. Rebounded and an outlet, and here comes Simmons right back across the timeline. He's got it on the right wing side. Down low. Depth with a fall away, and Gathers on a fall away from 10 right side. Hits it. It's a 3-2 Oklahoma lead. Here's Terrence Mullins across the timeline. Right side to Blaylock. Down to King. Back to the basket. Jump hook is in the lane. It won't go. Down and out. Gathers on the break, and King steals the ball. 3-on-2. King off to Martin. He's got it high off the glass for 2. Sooners have stolen the ball twice, and a turnover by Martin as he knocks the ball away on a pass inbound, but it goes back off of the passer Per Steamer. And 3 quick turnovers registered by the Sooner defense. Oklahoma leads 5-2. A minute 11 into the opening half. The ball comes out to Blaylock. Passes up the shot. Goes into the lane. And a jumper is up and off the rim. No good from 10 by Martin. Rebounded by Steamer. He's got it on a dribble down court to Peabody. Pass out front. Inside to Gathers. Works. Ball away. Right side in the paint. Short. Rebounded by Stretch Jones. Hooks up court. Pass up the pass. Gave it to Mullins. He's got a center step dribble into the forecourt. Right side to Blaylock. He's got a three-pointer in front of us. It bounces off the rim. No good. King has the ball knocked away. It's loose in front of the Sooner bench. Popped up the right side to Enoch Simmons. He's got it in front of the Marymount bench far side. Now Simmons looking for the pass back. Gets it. Dumps it in to Gathers. Averaging 34. Works in against King. Shoots. Misses. Martin with a rebound. Powered it too hard off the glass. Here's Mullins down the wing. Tyrone Jones to the paint. Put it up and in on a lead-in shot. Biggest lead. 7-2. 18 minutes to play, and Blaylock knocks the ball away from Simmons as he dribbled it in, but it came to Peabody. Back out to Gathers. Top of the key. Pull it up. Jumper on the way. Good from 18. That one inside the top of the key by Enoch Simmons. It's 7-4, and a turnover in the backcourt by Oklahoma, and a three-pointer on the way by Steamer. No good. Rebounded by Mullins. Martin, half court to Jones. 3-on-3. Left side. Blaylock with a jumper. 17. Give him the net. Two-pointer for Blaylock. 9-4 Oklahoma. We played 2:40 as Gathers trapped at half court, but Martin and King dumps the pass off. Two passes, got it to the corner. Driving the lane. Shot blocked by King. He's 7. Up with the Mullins on the break. 3-on-1 to Tyrone Jones. Back to Blaylock, and TJ traveled with it. Stretch took an extra step. But Oklahoma has played good defense so far.
Oklahoma is still, and both teams still seem to be wanting to score too badly, knowing that they can run against each other. It seems like they've just been trying to force it through the hoop.
Lob pass inbounded to Gathers. He's got it to Simmons. Back to Gathers on the break. He runs over Jones. No foul call. And Gathers going his way into the lane. Knocks down Stretch Jones. No whistle. It's a 9-6 Oklahoma lead. Tony Martin. Short pass into Mullins. Jump pass to Jones. 3-on-2 on the break. Pull it up. Jumpers up. It's no good. TJ with his own rebound. At the perimeter to Mullins. Free throw line jumper up by Martin. Tips off the front of the rim. Loose. Rebounded. Outlet to fire from Peabody on the far boundary. He's got a high arching three-pointer. Oh, he buried it. Jeff Fryer with a three-point shot. He's averaging 38% from that range. Game is tied at 9. Here's Blaylock on a baseline drive. Scoops it back out front and threw it away. Turnover, Oklahoma. For the Sooners, it is their third. On the other side, that can't be right. They've got Loyola with 1. They've had the ball turned over on 2 steals at least in the backcourt. In fact, 3 times at least. That's incorrect. In the backcourt, Steamer will cross it to Gathers. Hands it off on an empty pass to Simmons. Dribbles against Blaylock. Sooners in a man-to-man. Now Simmons shoots against Blaylock. Shot no good. Comes out to Mullins. He's got a jump pass. Half court. Didn't have enough on it. Intercepted back by Fryer. Puts up a running three-pointer. It's no good from the top of the key. Fryer has the ball knocked loose. But 2 officials rule that it went off at Terrence Mullins. 16:03 to play. First half. Tied at 9. William Davis in now for Tony Martin, who picked up 2 fouls in the first 11 seconds.
Was the scouting report correct? At any time when a player gets the ball open in three-point range, up it goes.
You got that right, Simmons. Yep. To Fryer. He jump shoots it from 3. No good in the deep corner. And a foul in the backcourt. As Steamer is grabbing a hold of Stretch Jones as he dribbles halfway in the backcourt, heading towards the Oklahoma end. That is the first foul against Loyola. We get an official timeout. 15:59 to play first half. Oklahoma and the Lions tied at 9. Game tied at 9. We played 4 minutes. And the Sooners have possession on the inbound to Mullins in the backcourt. Oklahoma shooting in the forecourt in front of us, which is not normally the case in the first half. Mullins will get the ball far side down to King. Knocked off his feet. He bounces it back to Mullins. To William Davis. Free throw line. He's into the lane. Puts up the jumper. It won't go. It's rebounded by Gathers. Both teams looking a little bit tight after the first 2 minutes when they played very relaxed. Here's Simmons across the timeline. Guarded by Blaylock. Bumps him off. Goes to the baseline. Airballs it into the hands of Davis. He'll hand the ball off to Mullins. And back comes Oklahoma. Mullins left side to Stretch Jones. Down posting is Davis. Left of the lane. Muscles in. We got a foul. It's going to be against Steamer for blocking. Called by the Big 8 official, David Hall. Scores from today, Georgetown, number 5 in the country, defeated DePaul, 74-64. 8th-ranked North Carolina over 20th-rated UCLA, 104-78. South Carolina upset number 15 Tennessee, 83-81. Underneath the Sooner basket, the lob comes into King, puts it on the floor, muscles in. Shot is up, halfway down, pops out. King gets a hand on it, tips it out of bounds on the near side. Possession belongs to Loyola. They're in maroon with kind of a powder puff light blue trim with also a white lettering on their jerseys. And, of course, Oklahoma in white with red numerals and lettering. Now, Steamer will lead the lineup. And in for the first time comes John Virgason, a 6'10 senior from San Jose. And a ball brought up court by Enoch Simmons across the timeline. Takes it halfway down the wing. Virgason posting down low. Ball up front to Peabody, over to Fryer. Fryer's jumper's on the way. Good. Top of the key, right side, Jeff Fryer. And the first lead for Loyola Marymount, 11-9 against the break. TJ is down close, stretches in close, and got the bucket. Money hops himself in after a dribble off the left side. Ties it up at 11. Right back down. Simmons with a nice move in the lane. Misses the layup. And a foul against Oklahoma's William Davis will be the third team foul against the Sooners. Loyola has been whistled for 2, both against Per Steamer. Just over 5 minutes played. Excuse me. Make it Stretch Jones rather than William Davis whistled for the foul. Simmons lobs the ball into Gathers, averaging 33.7. He's into the paint, pumps twice, 3 times, shoots against King, scores from 9 in front. Gathers with 6 points, and trapped in the backcourt, Terrence Mullins gets free from Fryer, comes to half court, goes to the Jones, he pulls up, 19-footer right side, spins out, no good, loose in the lane, King with it, ball tied up, possession should belong and does to Loyola. Early shooting has not been good. Oklahoma, well, it's hard to see on this 31%, 5 of 16. Loyola 41%, 7 of 17. Here's Gathers at the timeline on a dribble out front, guarded by King. Now he'll post down low. Simmons between the circles against Blaylock. Back behind to Virgason to Fryer. Inside to Gathers. Fall away is up. It's no good. And the ball comes to Virgason off balance. He shoots and misses. Rebound Mullins. He's got Blaylock down court. Gets the ball to him. Mookie's bumped. Loses the ball. Back comes Peabody. Bounce pass. Jumper on the way. No good. Rebounded by Fryer and missed it. At the baseline. Shot blocked. Rebounded by Gathers. And he line drives it in off the board for the biggest lead for Loyola of 4. 15-11. Here's Stretch Jones. He's got a left side pass to Blaylock in front of the Sooner bench for 3. He got it. Blaylock with 8 points. And the lead down to 1. And all the way down off the pressure. Driving in is Simmons and a blocking call against Oklahoma. Enoch Simmons driving the length of the court. Knocked Stretch Jones down. But the official on the play, Ed Schumer, said that Jones did not have position. That'll be the second against Stretch. It's 17-14. And Simmons going to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point trip.
Oklahoma's had opportunities 2 times in the last 5 offensive possessions to kick the ball out and shoot for 3-pointers. Of course, one of those Mookie did, but they have had those open most of the evening. It seems as though LMU is going to let Oklahoma take those at will. When the Sooners have taken it inside, they've had the ball knocked away from them. Damon Patterson comes into the lineup. Simmons at the free throw line misses. 3rd straight miss there for the Lions. And Patterson, who just came in, got the rebound. It's 16 points, 10 rebounds in 18 minutes of play last week against Oral Roberts. Mullins pass in front of us, stolen by Peabody, and then he can't keep his footing, and he steps out of bounds. Tom Peabody has played well in a starting role in place of their regular starter, Bo Kimball, who is injured. Terrell Lowry now is going to come into the lineup. 6'2" freshman from Oakland, leads the team in assists, also in turnovers, 19 and 18 respectively, averaging 7 points. And Simmons goes out. Here's Mullins, left side to Patterson. Blaylock on the perimeter to Mullins. Down low to King. Puts it on the floor. Bounces back to Mullins. He's got a 3-pointer near side. It won't go. Tipped up and in. Good possession by Patterson. Damon Patterson with his first 2. And it's 17-16. Loyola with 7 minutes played here in the first half. Gathers driving in against King. Takes it in. Puts up the jumper. It won't go. We got a foul, and it's going to be against Gathers. Going for his miss. Gathers has really controlled King in their matchup so far. He has beaten him offensively against King's defense in the early going.
And Gathers, yes, that's what I was going to say. He really doesn't seem to be intimidated in taking the ball left or right and then to the hoop.
17-16 Loyola. Mullins across the timeline. Bounce pass right to Patterson. One dribble, looks back left, looks in for William Davis, puts it inside, and grabbing a hold from behind, defending is Virgason, who picks up his first personal. Defending Davis from behind, he just simply muscled his way, reached around, and was caught. Little doubt about that. Before the ball is inbounded, we're going to get it. Nope, we're not going to get the substitute. He was too late. King takes the lob pass, scoops it back to Patterson. He drives the free throw line, pulls up behind him to Mullen. Three-pointer out front on the way. Off to the right, no good. Rebounded by Terrell Lowry. He's got a dribble up court against Blaylock. Now protects. Blaylock tries to steal it blindside. Gets it loose from Davis. Gets it back alive to Mookie. He's all the way down. Give him two. Blaylock to steal. Game and a Christmas to Mookie. And right back comes Lowry. Goes the ball away baseline. Peabody behind the back. Pass to Gathers. His jump hook is up. Spins around the rim. Laid there for an eternity and dropped in. 19-18. Loyola gets the lead back. Mullins has the ball stolen. And then taking it out of bounds is Peabody. Boy, has he ever played well. 6'3" sophomore from Santa Ana. Redshirt last year. Transferred from Rice, but he didn't play basketball at Rice. Played a lot here early for Loyola. And I think he has just checked out. He has. He's just gone out of the lineup. And a bad pass by Mullins on the inbound. And then Lowry has the ball picked free by Blaylock to Davis. William Davis all the way into the lane. We got a blocking foul, and it's going to be against Virgason. Davis is going to the line to shoot two. Let me say this. Blaylock averaging 4.3 steals a game is en route to having a lot more than that tonight. By our count, Mookie's already got 3 steals.
I like seeing William Davis with the ball. He had no intimidation whatsoever of bringing it down himself. He had a 2-on-2 fast break situation. He didn't look to pass it off because there wasn't a man to pass it off to, and took it right to the hoop and got fouled.
And he is 18 of 22 on the year, but he misses on his first try. The 6'6" junior from Kansas City, Kansas. Patterson, Mullins, Davis at the line, Blaylock and King for Oklahoma. Virgason. Now Gathers is going to get his first rest. Back in comes Steamer with 2 fouls. They're the front line. Lowry, along with Fryer, and Bo Kimball is now in the lineup as Davis hits the second free throw, and the ball stolen by Davis on the inbound. He gets the bucket, and he charges on the drive along the baseline, but he gets the basket. Davis with the steal, the bucket, and a foul. So 3 statistical points for Davis there in a matter of seconds. Bo Kimball is the 6'5" junior from Philadelphia who has checked back in with a knee injury, having missed a game for Loyola Marymount. He is in there now, and their offense should pick up. But it's been pretty good so far. We got a timeout. 11:59 to play, first half. Oklahoma back in the lead, 21-19. 9-22. Loyola is 40%, 10 of 25. And Terry McLemore has an interesting stat for us. He's going to try to figure out the least amount of time on the shot clock before a shot. Well, he's got 3 seconds for Oklahoma so far, and he's got the most also, and in the least and most for Loyola. So he's got one figure in there that probably is going to win, 3 seconds. Well, on the inbound, lobs the ball, and they get it to Lowry from Steamer. He gets it quickly in the corner. Here's Fryer to try for 3. No more trying. He just buried it. He's got 8 points, 2 3-pointers. Long pass down court to King behind the defense on the break. He's got his first 2 points. Stacey did not score until 11:45 remain. Half court with the basketball. Here's Lowry now to set up. Blaylock defending against him, losing the dribble. To Steamer, out near the timeline. Could get the 5-second held ball call, but it does not come from Hall. Now with the dribble far side is Terrell Lowry. He's got it to Fryer. Pumps once against Mullins. Bounce pass down low to Virgason. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Lowry, a 3-pointer in front of the Loyola bench. No good. Rebounded by Kimball. He puts it up short. Loose ball underneath. It goes off the hands of 2 Loyola players.
We haven't had a chance to see Loyola really set up and play offense, but when we did, what did we see? Oklahoma come out with that man-to-man defense and play it tight all the way around the mid-court line perimeter.
Well, both teams, of course, have employed full-court pressure all the way. No surprise there, and it probably will not stop during the evening. William Davis brings it up at 6'6" into the forecourt. Gives to Patterson. He drives baseline. Short jumpers up. Pops over the corner and goes in. Patterson with his second bucket. Oklahoma back up to 3. 25-22. Gathers out only for a minute. The Lions leading scorer dribbling between the circles and guarded by William Davis. who now has the assignment on him, and King is defending against Steamer. Lowry to Steamer. He's got a three-pointer out front. It's off the front of the rim, bouncing off the backboard into the hands of Patterson. 2 passes to Davis. Davis inside the King, leans in, got the jumper. Got the lean-in layup, I should say. Lead back to 5. Lowry against the pressure all the way down. Taken out of the shot. Gives to Kimball. He pops from the corner. His foot was on the three-point line. High-arching shot by Bo Kimball. And here's Blaylock right back. He wants to pop it. It won't go from the right side for 3. Lob pass half court intended for Lowry. He catches up with it. Tries to pass behind him. And is fouled by Terrence Mullen.
The screen is messed up because it's dizzy. The way these two teams get up and down the floor.
Talking about our computer screen. Actually, you know what does that, I was told, is that amplifiers from the pep band are hooked up and causing some kind of an electronic problem.
We'll have a caller blame that on us.
Right. 6-team foul against Oklahoma, first against Mullins. Shooting foul. So Terrell Lowry is at the line, and the free throw goes, and that's the first one. In 4 tries, Loyala has been able to get down. And only the 5th free throw shot in the early season for Lowry. His first point is 27-25. We near the 10-minute mark. At this rate, you see, it'd just be in the low hundreds for both teams. Second one is up and in for Lowry. And a substitution. He'll leave the lineup. Enoch Simmons, starting guard, comes back in. And before the Sooners inbound the ball, Tom Peabody will hustle back in for the hobbling Bo Kimball. Or no, Kimball stays in. And Fryer goes out. And Patterson has the ball to Blaylock in the forecourt in front of us. To Mullins in front of the Sooner bench across the way. Down low to Davis. Double low post. Works in on a dribble and gets around Steamer and scores. William powers his way in. Sooners hustle back defensively. Gathers, brings the ball up. Jump passes it. Right side to Simmons. Gets it back. He's inside King, and he's got the layup. Give and go out front and back to Gathers, and he beat King again. 29-28. Oklahoma in front of Loyola by 1. Blaylock inside the hash. Down low to King. Oh, nice pass to Davis. And he is fouled on the play, and it looks to me like Simmons had the ball blocked cleanly. But Davis is going to the line, but what a great pass by King as he looked out front and popped that little short 4-foot pass, and William Davis knew it was coming.
He'll do that a lot this year. In fact, Stacey King, and if you listen on a few post-game shows, takes pride in the fact that he's worked on his passing ability. He would like to have lots of assists as a center.
9:43 to play. Davis, who split a pair of free throws a moment ago at the line. Sooners have not been a good free throw shooting team percentage-wise, only 68%. Davis nails this one, although William, one of the better free throw shooters on the team right now. Tyrone Jones is 16 of 18 with 3 tries now and 2 down. Davis is 20 of 25, 20 of 26 as he misses the second one, and the ball rebounded by Peabody to Steamer in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Simmons. He's got the dribble against Blaylock all the way into the far corner. Inside to Gathers. He turns, jumps, shoots it off the glass, and he's hammered by Stacey King. It'll be King's first. You know, an interesting stat. Tonight, Stacey is playing in his 88th game as a center. He has fouled out only 1 time in his career. This will put Loyola into the 1-1 officially with 9:31 to play, although it is a 2-shot situation for Gathers, who has not been there this evening, 65.5%. And his free throw attempt rolls around and drops in. He has 13, the leading scorer on the floor. Blaylock tops the Sooners with 10. Gathers' next free throw is up. It's clean net. Give him 14 and give us a tie game at 30 as Blaylock's pass on the inbounds is kicked out of bounds by Steamers. That will reset the shot clock back to 45. And Cheese Davis will have the ball handed to him. It's lobbed into Davis, or to Blaylock, loops it to Mullins. 3-on-2 to the paint, nobody on him. Pulls up, shoots, and scores. Mullins uncontested on a 13-footer in the lane left side, and back comes Simmons, and the Sooners are giving up their full-court pressure as Simmons hits a 3-point shot out front. His first from 3-point range, the lead back to Loyola by 1. Here's Blaylock taking it all the way to the paint, scoops it off to King, and along the baseline, King gets the layup and is fouled on the play. I thought Stacey might have taken an extra step, but it was a long bunny hop step, I guess, in the eyes of the officials, and he was fouled on the play by Gathers, and that immediately puts Oklahoma into the 1-1 with 9:06 to go. Although in this case, it will be a 3-point opportunity for King who got the bucket. He now has 6 points. Terrence Mullins will lead the lineup for the Sooners. Tyrone Jones checks back in. Loyola has 3 players underneath the center basket for the free throw and 2 at the opposite end. That's the way they do. And the other team shoots the free throw. King connected on that one, his 7th point. Oklahoma with a 2-point lead, 35-33. Simmons working against Blaylock. Blaylock reaching around, almost stole it, knocked it loose, still reaching around. Simmons needing some help. Now Blaylock knocks it loose again, tips it to Jones. Here's Jones into the paint, reaching around inside Peabody. Misses the shot, picked up by Steamer. Double dribble, no call. Gathers a pass to Peabody. Over to Kimball for 3 from the left side, and he buried it. Bo Kimball stepped out in the 3-point range and hit the shot. Loyola by 1. Blaylock right back down off the glass. High shot off the glass is good for Blaylock. He's got a dozen. Against the pressure is Peabody. Popping it off to Kimball. Fires a 3-pointer. It pops out no good. King with a rebound. He's fouled in the backcourt. Back in 30 seconds after a network timeout.
If you have questions about expanding your company, training your workers, or finding business financing, call the people with the answers. Call Teamwork Oklahoma, a new business referral service sponsored by the Oklahoma Department of Commerce, along with statewide economic development groups. Call us toll-free, 1-800-522-OKLA. That's 1-800-522-OKLA. It takes teamwork, Oklahoma.
King at the free throw line on the front end of the 1-and-1 has hit the shot. He'll now get the bonus as he looks for his 9th point. It is up and in, and they have come rapidly all in the last 3 minutes. And Blaylock steals the inbounds pass. Looks inside to Davis. His jumper is up in close, no good. Rebounded into the hands of Gathers. That's got to be at least 5 steals for Blaylock already. Into the forecourt comes Hank Gathers. Dumps the ball off to Simmons. Simmons from the near side to the far side on the dribble to the boundary to Peabody. Guarded by Tyrone Jones to Kimball. His 3-pointer on the way. No good against Patterson. Rebounded by King. Half court to Patterson. Almost stolen. Now he's got it. Gives to Blaylock. Blaylock has the ball knocked loose from behind him. One of his trips returned on him. And here's Steamer with a cross-court pass. And it's Kimball again. He puts up a high arching shot. And the rebound down court. Blaylock from King. And he's fouled on the play. King got the rebound, and all Oklahoma's doing is playing Loyola's game right now. Somebody is always breaking at the opposite end. They're not sending 3 like Loyola does, but Blaylock is hustling the opposite end, and King has been able to pop it down court and get it to Blaylock a couple of times. Mookie's going to the line this time after Peabody picked up his 2nd foul. 8th foul against Loyola. It is a 2-shot foul. Blaylock makes his first appearance at the stripe, where he's 11 of 17 on the season, and now 12 of 18 for 67% as he hits the first. Tony Martin reports in. Cheese Davis will lead with a nice 6-point performance off the bench, and a round of applause from Billy Tubbs, who waits for him. 40-36. Sooners' biggest lead in the game early on 2 occasions was 5, and they got it there. As the second free throw good by Blaylock, and we get an official timeout. Back in a moment, 7:37 to play. First half, Oklahoma 41, Loyola 36.
Finding a reliable...
We have 7:37 to play in the first half. Oklahoma 41, Loyola 36, and it's starting to warm up a little.
It is, but it just seems like neither team is able to get into their normal rhythm because they're having to play catch-up with each other all the time, both offensively and defensively. And I think still, though, John, it's like a volcano getting ready to erupt. If one team gets on a roll, I don't think the other team can catch.
Loyola's averaged 116 in their first 3 games. That leads the nation. The Sooners are 4th in the nation, 102.4. When I said earlier, top 2 scoring teams in the nation, I was referring to last year when they did rank 1 and 2. And Loyola averaged 110.3 last year for the entire season, only 2/10 off the NCAA record held by Vegas. Steamer having trouble getting the ball inbounds, just beats the 5-second count as he gets it into Gathers. Sooners shooting 50%, Loyola 42%. Here's Simmons dribbling against Blaylock. In front of the bench, far side. Now Blaylock drops off of him, so he pops a 3-pointer in as Simmons stepped back and hit the 3-point shot. He's second. Blaylock in the backcourt. Sooner lead back down to 2. He works it up on the dribble. Down to King. 1 dribble, baseline, leans in, can't get the shot, gets it right back, and finger rolls it in from in front. And he's in a double double figures with 11. And here's Gathers against the pressure all the way down. Got the bucket, and he's going to the line. Blocking foul called against Oklahoma. It's going to be against Damon Patterson. Gathers will get a chance at a three-point play. He's averaging 33.7. He's certainly en route to it. He's got 16 right there.
Lots of blocking fouls, obviously, because neither team can get back and get set in time to get in front of these offensive players to get a charge. They're just not back in time, a little bit out of sync defensively, and we've had lots of blocking fouls called here tonight.
Simmons, after the bucket, I said Gathers, excuse me, it was Simmons, and then he hits the three-point shot with the free throw, so he's got 13, and here's Blaylock to bring it down to Tyrone Jones. Left side on the way. His foot was on the three-point line. No three-pointer for Jones. 45-42. Sooner lead back up to 1. Blaylock almost steals the ball from Simmons, and he forced the turnover as the ball went out of bounds on the far side, and Mookie's got a smile on his face. 8 turnovers for Loyola. 5 steals for Blaylock. He almost had one there if the 4 had been just another foot wide on the far side. Mookie will take the inbound, so the Sooners in front by 3. 6:40 to go. First half. Dribbles outside the top of the key. Wants to go for it. He buried it. Oh, boy. He wants it. 17 points, and the ball thrown away in the backcourt right in front of us. Off the hands of Gathers. Bad pass by Steamers on the inbounds, and he's being replaced by Virgation. Turnover number 9. Now, Loyola averages a bunch through the first 3 games, 27 a game. Jones lobs it in to Blaylock. He wanted to shoot again, but he passed the ball into the paint to Martin. Martin shot halfway down, misses. Rebounded by Blaylock. He lets it in. Yay, buddy. Christmas, Mookie Blaylock with the offensive board. He's already got 19. He's fouled on the play. And the Mook is going to the line. And the Sooners are at half 100 with 6:27 to play. 50-42 first half.
This may be that roll that we were talking about. Fortunately, Oklahoma's on the upper end of it.
Virgation has picked up his 3rd foul. Blaylock has picked up his 20th point in 12 and a half minutes of play. Gathers to half court to Simmons. Back to Virgation. Left side to Peabody. Peabody with Patterson on him. Cross-courts it to Virgation over to Simmons. Good tight man-to-man defense for the Sooners. Pryor, top of the key with Tyrone Jones on him. Now to Simmons, drives in the lane, left-handed layup is up, no good, and in the air, the rebound put back in before his feet hit the ground by Gathers. 51-44. Sooner lead a moment ago of 9 was their biggest. Down low, posting is king. Back to the basket. Scoops to Patterson for 3. Right side. Shot no good. Tyrone Jones battered it up in the air, but it's into Simmons' hands. 4-on-3, the break for Loyola. Pryor from the deep corner. High arching shot. These guys shoot the ball higher in the air than any team I've ever seen. And it's 51-47 with 5:37, and Blaylock right back down in the corner to Patterson. Top of the key between the circles. Right side to Jones. A lob inside to King. Turns. Fall away. 8-footer. Bounces up and goes in. Hit the near side of the rim and drops through the cylinder. And down court behind the defense was Peabody. And he missed an easy layup. Jones takes the ball away to Martin. Over to Blaylock for 3. It won't go. Boy, the crowd was ready for that one. And the ball rebounded by Peabody to Pryor. Pryor, a 3-on-2 break. 3-pointer, right side. Too hard by Simmons. Hit back out. Tyrone Jones with a rebound. Football pass to Blaylock. He wants to go for 3, but his foot was on the line. It's a 2-pointer. Blaylock with 22 points. 55-47. 4:50 to play first half. To the right side of the floor goes Enoch Simmons. Now popping out is Pryor against Stretch Jones, and Blaylock is called for grabbing. Blaylock is first. Yeah, Mookie can get by with stealing a few, but you just can't take part of the skin away from him. Carroll Lowry, the 6'2 Oakland freshman, comes back into the lineup. Simmons gets the rest, and Bo Kimball, with a brace on that injured right leg, comes back in for Tom Peabody, and the Sooners into the game for the first time since Skeeter Henry, the 6'7 JUCO transfer from Grand Prairie. Terrence Mullins is back in. Patterson and Blaylock are both out. So Mookie gets a rest with 22 first-half points. 4 above his average, only 8 under his career high. Against Georgia last year and SMU this year. Pryor's free throw is up and in. One thing for him, He does not differ his free throw shot from his regular field goal attempt. It is a high archer in both cases. He's not missed a free throw this year. That's his 12th point. He is 15 of 15 and now 16 of 16. And a baker's dozen for Fryer. Mullins pushed on the inbound, gets the ball back to Martin, having some trouble, has the ball knocked loose, fought for it, Virgason going for it on the floor, and it went off of Martin's leg. And Billy Tubbs is up and furious, thinking that Martin got bumped not only once but twice, but they are letting him play.
Sure are.
55-49. Ball comes inbounds to Gathers. To Terrell Lowry, dribbling between the circles, guarded by Mullins. Cheese Davis getting ready to come back in. A trap now with Martin. And a quick pass to Virgason to Fryer. Down behind the defenses. Gathers, and he blew the layup. And King takes the ball away from him over his shoulder. And the big 6'11" from Lawton will dribble it down court. Gets it back for Martin. Bunny hops into the lane. Hits the layup. King with 15 points. All in the last 7.5 minutes. And the first warning against Oklahoma for batting the ball away after they have scored a basket. And you cannot do that, and you can get warned once, and the next time it's a technical.
I can see why they'd want to do it, though.
We'll appreciate it, won't we? Martin goes back out of the lineup. Trapped on the inbounds is Lowry. Davis knocked the ball loose. It goes out of bounds, and it went off of Cheese Davis. No, it went off of Virgason. Right in front of the Oklahoma bench.
Ed Schumer looked like the scarecrow in Wizard of Oz when Dorothy asked him which way. He was pointing every which direction. But Oklahoma's going to get it.
Comparison, 57-49, 4:05 to play. First half. Lowry's back out of the lineup, and Simmons, the starting guard, back in. Tyrone Jones inbounds to Mullins. Right side to Skeeter Henry. Looks down for the posting. Davis now up to the high post to King. Over to Mullins. Down to Davis. Barely faced the pass. In traffic. Turns, shoots. Shot won't go. Simmons with a rebound. And Davis fouls him. Back in 30 seconds after a network timeout.
Young Oklahoma families count on State Farm for all of their family insurance needs. When it comes to life insurance, they've got someone who's there today to start them out with a plan that fits a young family's needs. And there tomorrow, too, to help keep that life insurance up to date as their family's needs grow and change. From Elk City to Tulsa, a State Farm agent is there to help you, too.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At the line to shoot the free throw was Simmons, and he misses on the front side of the bonus. Up court with the basketball comes Mullins. Left side to Skeeter Henry. Henry looking down for William Davis. Now drives into the paint, turns, puts up an off-balance 12-footer that wouldn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Gathers. Trip threes on the board. 3:33 to play first half. Sooners by 8. Simmons with a shoulder-high dribble in front of the Loyola bench. Far side. Bounces it out to Fryer. He gets to the free throw line and puts up the lean-in jumper, and he has 15 on a 15-footer against Stretch Jones. Mullins, pass near side to Henry, almost threw it away. Henry looking behind him, back to Mullins, over to Jones. One dribble, pulls it up, line drive shot. He was slapped on the wrist as he missed the 18-footer, so he will be going to the line for the first time. Sooners at the stripe are 8 of 10, and Loyola is 7 of 11 at the line. Virgason is back out at 6'10" for the shorter per steamer. And the Sooner lineup remains Davis, King, Jones at the line. And in the backcourt is Henry and Mullins. Back down with the two Loyola players, Kimball and Fryer. And Stretch Jones has the first of 2 free throw attempts in for his 7th point. Tyrone is 17 and 19. Andre, the creator, Wiley, checking into the lineup for Oklahoma. Stacey King gets a rest and a good round of applause. 15 points for King, who didn't score until 11:45 remained in the half. So he got all of those in 8.5 minutes. The creator comes in, leading the Sooners in field goal shooting. And the second free throw is up and in by Tyrone Jones. Wiley hitting 24 of 36 so far from the field for 68.6%. 3:10 to play. We get an official timeout. Sooners lead 59-51. Back after this local message. With 3:10 left to play through the first 16 minutes and 50 seconds, Loyal has hit 20 of 45 from the field for 44%. Sooners have shot the same number, 45, but hit 3 more for 51%. From three-point range, Oklahoma is 3 of 9, and Loyola is 6 of 14. At the free throw line, the Sooners have hit 10 of 12 attempts, and Loyola, after missing 3 of their first 4, are 7-11 from the stripe. Oklahoma leads the rebounding battle 27 to 23, but the Sooners also have turned the ball over more times, 12 to 10 for Loyola. And really, at the pace of this game, that turnover count is, well, especially since Loyola's averaged 27 turnovers a game through 3 starts, is really pretty low. Steamer running along the line to inbound the ball. Lobs it, and Davis and Gathers go for it. And on the floor, it comes into the hands of Gathers. To Simmons. Simmons takes it into the forecourt, far side, in front of Paul Westhead, the coach of Loyola. Lobs it in to Gathers, and he's got a line drive shot off the glass for points 17 and 18. Back to the 6-point lead. Jones behind the defense, and he tried to save the ball at the baseline and couldn't get it off the leg of Kimball, who got it back. Kimball to Steamer to half court. Here's Simmons. Sooners back defensively. Simmons guarded by Blaylock. Now to Steamer against Wiley. Jump passes to Simmons. Back down low to Steamer, and it's off his hands out of bounds. And the turnover count now at 11 for Loyola. 2:35 to play here in the half. The lob comes into Blaylock. He spins on the dribble. Takes it all the way into the paint. He's got it to Wiley. Wiley misses a point-blank shot. Off balance, he put it off the glass and missed it. Simmons right back down off the rebound into Kimball. He's in close. Throws up a wild shot. Knocked to the floor. No foul called. And it goes off of Loyola out of bounds. Peabody will check back in for Kimball. And William Davis will handle the inbound pass for Oklahoma. And it's lobbed into Blaylock. He's across the timeline. At the free throw line, he wants a jumper. It's up. It won't go. He's already got 22 first-half points. Gathers with a rebound. Back come the Lions from Loyola Marymount. And a running three-pointer is buried by Enoch Simmons. Out on the right side, he's got 20 points near the intermission. 59-56. Blaylock into the forecourt for Oklahoma with less than 2 minutes remaining to play. Holds up a finger now as the Sooners run a set offensive play, only it's Blaylock all the way in the lane, trying to dish it off. He does. Stutter step dribble out front after he cleared the lane, took it in, couldn't dish it to anybody, but it went off Loyola.
I don't know if that was to lull Loyola to sleep, but it did get the shot clock down to 31.
Which is rare. Wiley comes right back out for Oklahoma, and in comes Stacey King. Blaylock will inbound. Sooners stack 2 each side. Now cross pick, and Blaylock lobs it back out near the midline in front of us to Mullins. Mullins on a spin around against Fryer. He leans in, short on a 10-footer. Blaylock with a rebound misses. Sooners crash the board, and William Davis knocks it out of bounds. And suddenly Oklahoma can't get anything to fall from outside or inside at point-blank range. Steamer on a short pass to Gathers. Works in the backcourt against Davis, a pair of 44s. Gathers having trouble now to Steamer. He dribbles it across. King with the assignment there. Davis will try to corral Gathers some. Left side, a trap against Simmons. Moves it back to Steamer. Bounce pass far side to Fryer. And from behind, Mullins took the ball away, but was called for the foul. Looked like he had a clean swipe of it, but Terrence gets called for drawing a little bit too much hand. And that is going to send Jeff Fryer to the free throw line.
It's because he blocked it laterally, John, instead of coming straight up or horizontal with the, rather vertically with the jump. He came and slapped across the top and blocked the ball, and they're going to say that he got some hand in doing that.
Here's Fryer, who's hit 2 free throws and 16 of 16 for the year, making it 17 of 17 on the season. He's got 16. Gathers has 18, and Simmons has 20. And that is virtually it as far as the Loyola scoring. 59-57. Oklahoma had an 8-point lead. And now with this free throw home, it's down to 1. 1:18 to play. Blaylock in the backcourt has the ball knocked loose from him. It'll be reset for the inbound. Not the clock, but Sooners will get the ball back, and it was reset, I'm sorry. And Blaylock on the inbound on a spin-around dribble, comes right side to Jones, down to King, fakes the outside pass, loops it out to Mullins, over to Blaylock for 3 in front of the center bench. It is short. Mookie may be getting a little tired. And Peabody with the rebound off an air ball. Comes into the forecourt to Simmons. Under a minute to play. And Oklahoma has seen an 8-point lead dwindle to 1 as Simmons dribbles against Blaylock far side. Sooners in a scoring drought right now. Gathers will go right side to Simmons. He shoots and got it home. 3-point range and a 2-point lead for Loyola with 40 seconds to play, 61-59. They have scored the last 10 points. Mullins wants to go for 3. He got it back in front of us, near side. 29 seconds to go against the pressure. Ball hustled down court. Driving in is Fryer, and a blocking foul against Oklahoma. Back in 30 after this for Texaco.
Wherever you are, press the Texaco star up ahead. It's there shining bright.
If your car needs an extra boost, try Texaco Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its higher octane blend helps eliminate NOx and restores lost power. And its Petrox detergent helps keep the power flowing. Wherever you are, trust Texaco Super Unleaded.
Up ahead, Texaco, start of the American road. Texaco.
Sooners went 2 minutes and 38 seconds without a point and saw Loyola come from 8 down to 2 ahead. Loyola's got some fans in the stands. Looks like about a dozen over there behind the Loyola bench far side. Mullins has picked up his 3rd foul with 24 seconds to play in the half. And Fryer, who hasn't missed this season and is 5 of 5 with that success, has his 18th point. Sooners leading scorer Blaylock with 22. King with 15. 62-62. The 5th tie. 5th tie. Thank you, David. And it's tied no more as the next free throw is good. Oh, Fryer is deadly at that line. Here's Blaylock walking it up. 21 seconds to play in the half. 63-62. Blaylock looking to the right. Double low post now moved up halfway up the lane by King and Davis. And the Sooners are going to run their offense now with 9 seconds to play. Right side popping out is Jones. Nobody on him for 3. He got it. Stretch Jones. Nope, they only give him 2. And at the buzzer, a long shot down court will hit the clock. We'll take a timeout now before we rejoin you for our halftime show. And we will add a 30-second network break. So local stations, be alert. We have 90 seconds of commercial time for the network, and then your 60-second local. We'll be back with the halftime report. Oklahoma leading 64-63 in 2.5 minutes from now. In the Sooners from 3-point range, Loyola 8 of 16 from outside the 19-9 mark, and they are 44% for the season. Tonight, all, of course, non-conference play. Oklahoma State is on the road at Louisville. Kansas State is playing the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Nebraska is playing Furman, that game in Lincoln. And Missouri will be competing later this evening in the Walsworth Classic, which is their own tournament in Columbia. From this afternoon, among ranked teams, number 5 Georgetown was a 74-64 winner over DePaul. 8th-ranked North Carolina defeated number 20 UCLA 104-78. And 15th-rated Tennessee was upset by South Carolina 83-81. Couple of corrections and an update from the official stat sheet now. Hank Gathers has 18 points rather than 20 for Loyola and 8 rebounds. He tops them in scoring. And Fryer and Simmons each have 19 points. So those two at 19 and Gathers with 18. The rebounding totals, Oklahoma still with 29, but Loyola Marymount with 28. So just a difference of 1 there. 3-point shooting, Jeff Fryer was 3 of 5 for the Lions, and Enoch Simmons 4 of 6 in the first half. Again, Loyola Marymount 8 of 16 from the field. Mookie Blaylock, en route to his 22 points, is 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 3 at the free throw line. From 3-point range, he is 3 of 7. And get this, he has 5 assists and 6 steals in the first half. We got the second half ahead. Stay tuned. Oklahoma 64, Loyola 63, and our second half gets underway when we return after this 2-minute timeout.
Your hardworking friends and neighbors at Owens Brockway Glass remind you to buy glass as they continue to serve the Muskogee area.
Hi, game number 1, John Brooks along with David Garrett for the start of the second half. Before we get it underway, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Sooner Basketball Network.
Bixby's 3rd annual holiday hayride features horse-drawn trips through classic and Christmas scenes this weekend. This is KKWK KLUE Muskogee.
You know, David, one other thing we should mention, Stacey King has been named as one of 10 finalists now for the Eastman Award, an honor that's really kind of similar to the Heisman Trophy in that it is the outstanding male college basketball player selected by the National Association of Basketball Coaches.
Stacey King has also been voted Big 8 Basketball Player of the Week 2 different weeks, including this last Monday's honor as well.
Mullins, Jones, Blaylock, Martin, and King, the Sooners' starting 5 for the game, begin the second half. And the same 5 that began for Loyola. Hank Gathers, Per Steamer, Jeff Fryer, Tom Peabody, and Enoch Simmons. And the Sooners with the ball to start the half. And Blaylock brings it down to Mullins, left side for 3, and he's hit it. Terrence Mullins right out of the gate with a 3-point shot. 67-63, and hustling the ball down court immediately. The Lions go left side to Steamer. He passes up a 3-pointer, goes to the corner. Driving there is Peabody. Back out to Steamer. Steamer with Martin on him. Now Steamer drives into the lane, gets around him, and walks in, and loops the driving layup, and the ball stolen by Peabody, and he misses the layup after the steal, and back comes Blaylock to half court. That's twice Peabody stolen the ball and then missed the shot. Here's Jones with a backdoor layup at the opposite end, getting Oklahoma back with 2. And for Jones, 12, and a steal by Blaylock opposite end, and his jumper up no good. Martin with the rebound. He overshoots the basket. Both teams' 10th coming out. And here's Simmons up court on the dribble in front of us. He'll fire a 3-pointer. It's off to the right, no good. King for the rebound, and he's fouled by Steamer. Steamer picks up his 3rd. We have played a minute. Oklahoma leads 69-65.
I don't know. It's just difficult to see if Oklahoma could just settle down for a little bit, maybe even get into their offense and run it and see if they could put some more production on the board.
Tony Martin in the backcourt. A lob pass halfway up the court to Blaylock. He's got it down to King. He turns baseline right, puts the jumper in against Gathers. Stacey King with 17. His 34th consecutive game as a center in double figures. Simmons on a spin around, gets away from Blaylock. Then Blaylock knocks the ball loose to Martin. Back to Blaylock. If they credit him with that, that would be 7. Blaylock a 3-pointer left side. It won't fly, and Tony Martin very, very unwisely trying to knock the ball away from Steamer. And Martin has picked up his 3rd personal.
That's the 3rd time that I can remember this season where Martin, in an effort to get down the floor quickly and get underneath, is just not back in control of his body before he reaches or sets up to play defense and causes the foul.
Cheese Davis checks in for him. Martin leaves the lineup 90 seconds deep into the half. Simmons on a dribble. Blaylock is picked off by Fryer. Now the ball comes back to Fryer. One dribble. He's to the right of the lane. He's got the jumper home. 21 points for Fryer on a 14-footer. 71-67. Blaylock on a shoulder-high dribble between the circles. Goes left to Mullins. Fryer out on him. Down to King. Turns against Gathers. Shoots. The ball spins out. No good. Gathers with a rebound. His ninth to Simmons. Simmons down the wing to Fryer on the near boundary. Back to Gathers. Double team. Bounce pass out front. Steamer for 3 out front. It won't fly. The 12th rebound of the night for Stacey King. Looks the full court. It thing goes short to Mullins. Mullins down the wing left side to Blaylock. Off to our left. Inside Davis. 4-footer up and in. On a turnaround in the lane. His first point to the half. 73-67. And timeout called by Loyola. And Paul Westhead out on the floor talking with one of the Big 8 officials, David Hall. No technical foul called. Timeout. 17:45 to play in the game. Back in a moment. Oklahoma 73, Loyola 67. 2:15 old. Oklahoma leading 73-67, and Westhead was upset about something.
He was upset because Oklahoma apparently continues to tap the ball after it passes through the cylinder on a bucket, tap it away from Loyola, and keep them from grabbing the ball and getting it inbounds to run the fast break. He's still upset about that. He had a player talk to David Hall for several moments about the same factor.
And he was talking again with official David Hall. Now we get time in. And Simmons brings the ball up court against Mookie Blaylock. Takes it to the right side near the boundary. Back behind to Peabody. Looks over to Fryer. He got free on a pick. He shoots out front. No good against Mullins. On the floor, the rebound for Blaylock. Everybody back. A pass down court and a great hustle by Peabody. Boy, is that kid hustle. He would win the hustle award in this building. I think over any years I've been in here, just for a guy, I don't think he has that much ability, but he just hustles all the time. Knocked it out of bounds. Sooners got it back, and Jones follows in a miss by King. Tyrone Jones with 14 points. Simmons right back down against Blaylock. Sooners get it back up to a 6-point lead. Peabody with the ball above his head. Left side, all the way into the lane goes Fryer. The ball knocked loose from him. It comes to Mullins. Somebody got a hand on it. I think it was Cheese Davis, says David. And back comes Mullins. He'll go to Blaylock. Blaylock, a three-pointer. Home from outside the top of the key. His fourth three-point basket of the night. And the Sooners trap. And the ball goes off of William Davis right in front of us here at our booth.
Come on.
And they see us in our Sir Knight tuxedos. America's best-dressed radio crew. For the inbounds, it comes to Lowry. Lowry with the basketball. He has just checked in now for Simmons. To Steamer. Left side to Peabody. Ball above his head. Jones on him. Out to Fryer between the circles. Right side, Lowry wants a three-pointer. We got a foul called. Blaylock on the wrist of Lowry, who missed the three-point shot. But now we'll go to the line to shoot two, and Mookie Blaylock has his second personal foul. Carroll Lowry's only 2 points in the half. First half came at the line. 78-67. This is Oklahoma's biggest lead. 11 with 16:37 to play. And the Sooners' previous largest lead had been 9. Free throw no good by Lowry. Here's the freshman from Oakland, second try. That one is good. His third point. Davis jump passes the ball from out of bounds into Blaylock, and Blaylock loses it out of bounds. Couldn't control it. And Billy Tubbs is out saying, come on, he was knocked off his feet. That's why he couldn't control it.
Loyola had not scored since the 18-19 mark before they got the free shot.
78-68. Sooners by 10. King jumping in front of a pass intended for Gathers in the lane. Gets the steal. Bounce pass to Davis. Davis, two hands of pass down to Tyrone Jones. He pulls up, shoots right side, no good. Blaylock in the lane. Can't come down with a miss. Into the hands of Gathers. Gathers through the center circle against King. Now trapped. Off to Lowry. Back to Gathers. He's in on a nice move for a layup in the lane. And he's to 20 points for the evening. Here's Blaylock as Loyola got back defensively. And Lowry from behind. Grabbing a hold of Blaylock. No foul called. Unbelievable. King at the free throw line. Shoving off. And we got a foul against Gathers. And I think it was before the shot.
Yes, it was. One thing you can look at the foul or non-foul against Blaylock, it didn't cause anything. Mookie still had control of the ball. He had stopped his dribble, and at least the official had thought, or I think that he's thinking, it was incidental contact.
As long as they're consistent, that's fine. Third foul against Gathers. I think they've done a good job. Mullins around the rim on two passes to Blaylock on the inbound. Three-pointer no good. Davis comes down with a rebound in the paint and puts it back up and in on a 13-footer. I like William Davis.
Oh, yeah.
80-70 Oklahoma. 15:41 left to play in the game. Into the forecourt far side. Lowry in front of the Sooner bench away from us. Drives around Blaylock. Throws it off the glass. The shot won't go. And on the wrist of King is Viergason. He's picked up his fourth. He has not played very much. He's picked up fouls every time he's come in very, very quickly. With 15:31 to go, the 6'10 senior has picked up his fourth.
Viergason has no choice but to foul there because Stacey King gets position, had the easy rebound, and Viergason just got off his feet out of balance.
Football pass down to Mullins, off to Jones, and a foul, and it may be against Gathers, and if it is, the big gun for Loyola will have drawn two in a matter of moments. Nope, it's not. It's against Peabody, so forget that speculation. Davis, on the inbounds for Oklahoma, started to pass the ball, then held up with it. Then Mullins turned and broke, and he hit him at half court on a football pass, and he dished it to Jones, and Jones driving in was fouled and now has hit the free throw. Stretch has 15 points, 19 his best this year against New Mexico and Oral Roberts. And the biggest lead equaled again, and now the biggest lead for the Sooners, a dozen, is the next free throw good. He's perfect in the line on 4 tries. Lowry into the forecourt in front of us. Bounce pass down low to Gathers against Davis. Turns, shoots. Shot won't go. Davis done a pretty good job against Gathers. Better than King has defensively. Stacey got the rebound. Long pass to Mullins in the corner. His shot no good. Viergason on the floor at the rebound. Here come the Loyola Lions. Right side ball thrown away by Lowry. Intended for Jeff Fryer. And a substitute checking in. Bo Kimball, who has been in and out of the lineup, has played just very, very briefly each time he's come in, recovering from that Problem with his right knee. Davis gets the ball into Mullins in the backcourt. Back to William Davis. 12-point Sooner lead. Jump pass to Blaylock. On the wing left. Passes up the shot. Gives to King. Inside to Davis. Works in underneath and scores. Davis working in and the ball thrown away right in front of us. As David had to jump out of the way. Turnover Oklahoma. 84-70. And the Sooners now with a chance maybe to really turn the tide right here.
We're looking for this point, and Oklahoma seems to be a step faster and a flash quicker here in the second half.
Blaylock bobs it in to King. Puts it on the floor. Bounce pass across the lane to Blaylock, and the ball out of his hands, and no foul call. Blaylock trying to go up, and the ball scooted out of his hands. Turnover for the Sooners, and in that department they have 14. On the other side, 16 for Loyola Marymount. To half court. With the ball is Lowry against Blaylock. Lowry to the right side. Steps out away from the play. We got a holding foul, and it's going to be against William Davis, grabbing a hold of Hank Gathers. It'll be the third for the Chiefs. Third team foul for the Sooners. Loyola has 4 here in the half. 14:32 left to play in the game. 84-70. Oklahoma by 14. Sooners led by 1 at the half. And Lowry, the ball above his head, goes now to Fryer. Fryer looks behind to Terrell Lowry. He drives around Blaylock all the way and dishes the ball to Gathers. Point-blank range. Shoots, misses. Irrigation shot. Blocked by King. Back to Kimball. Kimball leans in off the glass and gets the bucket. Bo Kimball with the basket. And a long pass down court to Blaylock. Pulls up. Puts it in. Right side of the lane. He's got 27 on a 12-footer. And a technical foul called against Oklahoma. Sooners batted the ball away again after scoring. They've been warned once and almost been warned twice.
And they should know better at that point, John.
That's right.
No excuse.
So Loyola will send Fryer to the line to shoot a technical foul. No surprise there. He's 6 of 6 for the game and 20 of 20 for the year. And a free throw gets a roll off the lip and the heel and goes in for Fryer. He has 22 points. And, of course, possession still remains for Loyola. Now Billy Tubbs is up. It is a 2-shot foul, not 1. And this one is cleanly through for Fryer. Now Loyola will get the ball. 86-74. 14-11 remaining to play. Irrigation inbounds it to Enoch Simmons. Along the near boundary. Backs in on a dribble against Blaylock, who's 3/4 in. Pass out front, stolen by King. On the break with Mullins. King taking it to the baseline. Line drives it and it hangs on the lip and goes in on a bouncer off the glass. And right back down court, Simmons loops the ball out of bounds. With Steve Davis holding on and the Sooner crowd starting to warm it up. 88-74. Blaylock into the forecourt, off to the left to Jones, into the paint, pulls up, jumper, rolls off, no good. Davis with a rebound, back up and in. Game, and they Christmas the biggest lead. 90-74. Oklahoma. Simmons in front of the Sooner bench. And everybody on the Oklahoma bench now standing as the ball goes to Bo Kimball against Jones. Kimball, top of the key, looks confused. Back behind to Fryer. Mullins, hand-checking in. Fryer with the basketball. Hands it back off to Simmons. Simmons yelling for a play. Shot clock to 20. Unbelievable. 5-second held ball against Loyola. Simmons did not move it towards the basket.
Oklahoma is playing the kind of game that they've wanted to see all evening, and Loyola's playing into the Sooners' hands. And you thought maybe eventually that the Lions would wear down, and I think they have.
Here's Blaylock hustling it down left side to Mullins. Davis trying to post down low. It's blocked out. Mullins goes to Blaylock. Inside to King. He turns. He shoots. 10-footer no good. Gathers pulls down the rebound. Outlet to Simmons. On the fly. Loops it to Fryer. His shot blocked by Mullins. Comes back to Fryer. Leans in. Shoots up and over King. Sooners have blocked 2 shots in the last 2 minutes. And the Lions have gotten the ball back and scored anyway. 25 for Fryer. 12:44 to go. Oklahoma by 14. Blaylock to the right side to Stretch Jones. Kimball on him. Stretch drives against him. Loops it back out to King. And King is grabbed by Fryer and fouled. That'll be the 5th foul against Loyola. King called that one. King turned, pointed to Fryer, said you fouled, and then Ed Schumer raced in and called it. I still think the officials have done a good job. Tough game to call. From here and out there. Ball lobbed in by Davis, and from behind, Fryer called again for a foul, and I thought he picked him that time. So Fryer, who had not had a foul in the game, picks up 2 in less than 10 seconds. And it is 6 now against Loyola. In 1 second, yeah. Ball lobbed down to King on the inbound, and it pops out on a baseline shot. Davis muscles in and gets the rebound and the point. Oh, he's a fine power forward. He can be the difference in this club. Gathers, dribbling out front against King. Almost lose the ball. Bounces to Simmons. Give and go underneath the Gathers. Pumps 3-4 times. Shot blocked by King. And rebounded, or came in to Mullen. On the break, he's got it to Stretch Jones. He pulls up an 18-footer. Stretch with 18. 94-76. Oklahoma's biggest lead. 12 minutes to play in the game. Steamer dribbling the ball out front to Simmons. Paul Westhead up on the bench, far side for Loyola, looking disconsolate. The crowd going bananas, and away from the play, we have got a foul against Tyrone Mullins. And that will be 4 against Mullins with 11:47. He and Fryer were in a 7 match. And we're going to get an official timeout. 11:47 to play in the game. Back in a moment, the Sooners on a roll. Lead Loyola 94-76.
In the Muskogee area, see Clyde's Tire Center in Tahlequah.
Lloyd Noble Center starting to tell on Loyola, where the Sooners have won 80 of their last 82 games. Loyola shot only 31%, 5 of 16 in the second half. Sooners 54%, 13 of 24. And Oklahoma's got 4 more rebounds second half, and that's made a difference. Simmons on the inbound, lobs it back to Steamer near side. He puts up a shot, is short off the front of the rim. Rebounded in the lane by Gathers. He comes up short on a shot. Underneath is Davis with a rebound for Oklahoma. He's got a pass over to Blaylock. Blaylock down the wing to Damon Patterson, who's in the lineup now. To Davis to the free throw line. Back over to Jones. A three-pointer left side is home. Tyrone Jones, the best pure shooter. He's got 21 points, his season high. Down the right side with it is Fryer at the Steamer. He wants a three-pointer. It's off target to the right. And Patterson with a 75-foot pass down court to Blaylock. His shot won't go. 97-76, 11 minutes to play. Oklahoma has scored 33 points here in the second half. Down court to the baseline goes Kimball. Misses the shot. Gets it back himself. 14-foot turnaround in the lane, no good. Davis bumps from behind and fouled by Steamer, who picks up his 4th.
The reason why I think Oklahoma's hustling a little more may show up in the stats. The stat sheet that you just read from a few moments ago, you'll remember in the first half, both teams took the same amount of shots. Oklahoma's 8 shots ahead of Loyola here in the second half already.
And part of that off the offensive board, too. Well, already Loyola has put Oklahoma in the 1-1 with 10:48 to play. The 7th foul. The 4th again against Steamer. And let's see if he is... Yep, he stayed on out there. He remains on the floor for Loyola. William Davis at the line was 2 of 4 in the first half. 20 of 26 for the year, and his free throw is good. 17 for Davis. Cheese best was against ORU a week ago tonight when he had 20. He looks like he'll get that and more tonight as he hits the second free throw. 99-76 Sooners. Down the near boundary, Simmons works it back on the left hand. Now dumps it into Gathers. He muscles in, double team, gets the shot off and is fouled by King. King coming over to collapse and help with Cheese Davis, and Hank Gathers will be at the line. He has only 2 points through nearly the first half of the second half of play.
You have that Heartland Federal checkbook ready.
Yeah, you know what? I got to read that, don't I? If the Sooners, when the Sooners score 100 points in a moment, Heartland Federal Savings and Loan will donate $100 to the University of Oklahoma basketball program, and it'll be the 4th straight game that the register has clinked at Heartland Federal and Savings and Loan. Gathers hits the first free throw, his 21st point. His next one is up and in. And the first point since the 12:48 mark. Over 2 minutes, 99-78. Blaylock into the forecourt. Now at the top of the key between the circles. Comes right side. Both teams have played man-to-man entire game. No surprise there. King inside. Turns off the glass. The turnaround is good. King on a lean-in. And it's 101-78. 10-17 to play. And a three-point try near side. No good. Rebounded by Steamer. Into Gathers. He puts it in. It all started with the miss by Fryer. So Gathers with the bucket has 24. And we are halfway home in the second half as Blaylock dribbles left side outside the three-point arc. Now down low to Jones. Back inside. Back to Jones for three. Give it to the pure shooter. Tyrone Jones with 24 points for Oklahoma. And the Sooner lead up to 24. And that is Oklahoma's biggest lead at 104-80. And that equals Jones' career high set last year against Centenary of 24 points. And in the field goal made department for Tyrone, it equals his best from the field, 9 field goals. Tony Martin starting to check in, didn't get there in time. So he'll stay on the sidelines far side, and Simmons brings the ball up against Blaylock. Virgation's coming into the lineup now at 6'11", the big guy. And he loses the ball to Blaylock, just drops it into his hands. Mookie down for a runner, and it bounces all the way around the rim and goes in. Blaylock's going to get his career high, 106-80. 9:32 to play. Sooners have broken it open as Simmons steps out of bounds with the basketball in front of the Oklahoma bench, thanks to another Blaylock steal. Sooners as a team have 14 steals. Blaylock as a person has 10 of those. Remember, he holds the NCAA record of 13 in a game against Centenary last year. He might get it here tonight. 9:20 still to play. Patterson, bounce pass into King, and a nice move. Left and right, and a layup right in front against Gathers. The Sooners are destroying him. Simmons down court. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good by Fryer. I'll tell you what, he can nail from three. 38% for the year coming in. Shot well tonight. Blaylock trapped at half court. Jump passes at the Jones. Nobody on him. He wants three again. He got it. Tyrone Jones with another three-pointer. 27 points. 3 straight three-point buckets, and Fryer dribbling in off of the wing is blocked by Stretch, who had just scored. Jones with his career high, 27. Blaylock is a bucket away from his career high. Davis is 3 points away from his career best. And the Sooners have a good hand on the board. Trip aces, 111 on the scoreboard to 83 for Loyola with 8:52 remaining. Tony Martin now gets into the lineup, and Davis comes back out. That was the 6th foul against the Sooners, 3rd against Jones. Ball comes into Fryer. He's working out on the wing. Bounces it to Simmons. He turns, shoots out front, and hits it right of the key. Enoch Simmons, his first points of the second half, has 21. 8:40 left to play. Sooners led only by 1 at the intermission. 64-63. Blaylock, right side to Patterson. Pass inside and knocked away by Peabody. He's got it half court to Simmons. On down to Fryer. 14-footer right is off the heel, no good. Martin with the rebound. Quick short pass at half court to Patterson. Over to Blaylock. Pulls up for three. It's off to the left. Patterson jumps and had it for a moment, but it comes to Virgation. Quickly to Simmons. 2-on-2. Now 3-on-2. And a left-handed driving layup in the lane. No good by Peabody. And a foul called against Peabody on the charge.
In Oklahoma's runaway game against Oral Roberts last week, Billy was a little bit concerned that when the Sooners got so many points up that they just backed off. At this point in the ball game, I would think the same concern would be there. Let's see if the team can stay intense, even though they lead by 111-85.
With 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play, and Tony Martin walking the line, and Stretch Jones getting a hand as he leaves the lineup for Oklahoma. Terrence Mullins comes back in. Again, Tyrone has his career best, 27, and 3 straight three-pointers, and produced the last 9 points. Now Fryer out of the lineup for a rest for Loyola. Bo Kimball in, 6'5" junior from Philly, the kid playing with the injured knee who did not start and missed the last game. And Tony Martin, on his first appearance of the line, gets one to roll around for him. Now he's 3 of 6 for the year. And the Sooners at 112 go to 113 on the next free throw by the Hawks. Gathers in the backcourt, leaves it for Simmons against Blaylock. At the right of the key, over to Virgason. Bounce pass into the lane to Gathers. Back out to Virgason. Over to Kimball. Three-pointer on the way. Air ball. And King with the rebound. And King has the ball batted away from him out of bounds. I'll tell you, Stacey may be looking at a career high on the boards tonight. We'll tell you more about that when we return. 7:52 to play. Oklahoma's in front 113-85. Now this local timeout.
It's back. The
Loyala is only 8 of 27 from the field in the second half for 30%. The Lions inbound at the south end, off to our right. Back out to Simmons. He's going to fire a three-pointer, but nope, they say his foot was on the line, so it's only a two-point shot for Simmons, and he has 23 for the game. Sooners are 52% shooting in the second half. Blaylock works the ball into the forecourt. Jump passes to Martin. He's alone in the lane and dumps it underneath for King, and King is fouled by Virgason, who fouls out on a little three-footer by King, but it was the assistant pass by Tony Martin. And now Martin and King do a little bit of jive out there as they do a little two-handed pop and then come down low with a little slap and celebrate the inside bucket by King for 25 points in his first appearance at the line here in a half. And Virgason, as we said, fouls out without a point with 7:31 to play. And for the first time, John O'Connell, a 6'6" freshman from Pennsylvania, comes in the lineup for Loyola, and King completes the old-fashioned three-point play with a free throw for 26 points. Simmons hustles it down, 116-87. O'Connell just in the game says, I can shoot. He fires for three, misses it, rattled out. Mullins with a rebound to Blaylock. Sooners on the fly, 3-on-3. Blaylock back to King. One dribble. He's all the way into the paint. Short jumper up, no good. Off the glass. Gathers pulls it down. He's got a bunch of rebounds also for Loyola. King has 16 for the Sooners. Here's Kimball, left side, down to the baseline, drive all the way in, and a nice looping backdoor layup that time by Tom Peabody. His first points of the game after he'd blown 3 of those early in the contest. Under 7 to play. Mullins at the opposite end has his pass knocked out of bounds at the Loyola bench. 116-89. Sooners over the 100-point mark for the 4th straight time, and Tyrone Jones on a hot hand tonight will check back into the lineup for Oklahoma, replacing Terrence Mullins. I think I called Terrence earlier Tyrone, didn't I? Sorry, David. Ball inside to King, or down low to King on the inbounds. Comes back to stretch. He's got it left side. Patterson wants an 18-footer. It's too hard. King jumping up, saves it. But he stepped out of bounds. Oh, nice try by Stacey. Went up in the air, tried to come down with the miss, but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. And before play resumes, Simmons checks out for the freshman Terrell Lowry in the Loyola lineup. 116-89 Oklahoma. Lowry working against Blaylock. Sooners led 64-63 at the half. Now Patterson defending at the free throw line. Kimball throws up a shot. It won't fly. Rebounded by Gathers. Pumps twice. In close. Muscles in. Shot rims out for him. Into the hands of Patterson. Hustled for, and out with it comes Lowry. Over to Peabody. Cross-court pass to Kimball. He drives all the way in the lane. Throws up a shot off the glass high and got it. Bo Kimball with 9 points. Blaylock in the backcourt will bounce pass it quickly into Stretch Jones. A runner on the way home. Tyrone wants the ball. 29 points for Jones, 29 for Blaylock. A steal at the opposite end for Blaylock, and he misses the shot after the steal. Mookie now with 11 steals, 2 away from his NCAA record. Still 6 minutes to go. Right wing side. Kimball drives around Patterson, puts up the shot, misses it. With the rebound is King. He's 4 rebounds away from his career high. Down the left wing is Patterson to Blaylock. A three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Off to the left. Tipped out of the hands of Martin. Back on the fly. Come the maroon and blue of the Lions of Loyola Marymount out of Los Angeles. And Lowry with the basketball gets loose from Blaylock. Drives in. Misses a layup. Here's Jones with the rebound. Half court to Blaylock. And the Sooners decide even they can slow it up a little bit as Blaylock backs it back out on the dribble. 118-91 Oklahoma. Blaylock to the free throw line. Jumpers up, bounce high off the heel. Won't go. Rebounded by Patterson. He puts it in off the glass for his third basket. And the ball thrown away at half court. And again right in front of us. Don't we look good in those Sternite tuxedos? The tuxedos look good. No, the tuxedos look good. 24th turnover now for Loyola, 3 under their season average. Sooners have 17. And Oklahoma will get the ball back at the north end underneath their basket. Steamer reports back in for Loyola. Gathers gets a rest. Tony Martin leaves. William Davis back in for him. And Blaylock trying to inbound it. Now Davis breaks in the lane, but the lob comes to King. Pass inside to Davis, and we got a foul against Steamer for holding on, and he's gone. 5 fouls against Steamer. He'll foul out. We'll take a 30-second network timeout for post-straight nut.
Well, we're all set for another exciting season of Sooner basketball. Proudly sponsored for 1989 by the one and only Post-Great Nut cereal. And it's a real winner. You can't beat Post-Great Nuts, made from natural wheat and barley. It's got a delicious nutty taste and lots of crunch that really scores with the fans. Time to make our move, team. Sooner basketball and Post-Great Nuts in a league of their own, naturally.
Second Loyola player has fouled out. Both have fouled out without a point. Virgation at 6'10". Fouled out with 7:31 to play. Steamer, the 6'7" Swedish sophomore, with 5:08 to play. Sooners are 17-19 at the free throw line. William Davis is there and hits the first one. That's 19. Now Davis can equal his season and career high in his opening year at Oklahoma. 121-91, and that's Oklahoma's biggest lead in the game with 5:08 to play. And Davis' next one is up and in, so there is 20, which he had here a week ago. Ball almost turned over in the backcourt on the inbounds to Lowry. He saved it and got the ball back. Blaylock shadows him to the far side of the floor. Now Lowry comes down low to O'Connell, the freshman. He turns, shot blocked by King. And for Stacey, I think that's his third block. Fifth block for King, which is almost what he had for the season in the first 6 games. He had a half a dozen. Lowry in the corner to Fryer. Jones on him. Back to Lowry. He's free for a baseline jumper from 17. No good. Tipped out the stretch. 3 maroon shirts around him. He brings it down, leans in off the glass. The shot won't go. Rebounded by Blaylock. Shot blocked by Peabody. And Blaylock just can't get over that 30 mark and get his career high. 4:41 remaining. Sooners are here on Tuesday. Southern Utah State. Airtime 7:10. For that game. The ball loops into the corner to Blaylock. Fires it short. Rebounded by Davis. Turns. Puts it up. It won't go. Crashes the board. Gets it back. Gathers from behind. Has fouled him. And for Gathers, it is his third. Davis' quickness just ceases to amaze me. The way he is always in such position, even though he looks several inches shorter than the people he's up against. Yep. And is several inches shorter. We're going to take a timeout. 4:31 to play. Back in a moment. Oklahoma 122, Loyola 91.
In 4 years, we've moved 3 times and haven't even left the city. One thing's been easy every time.
The use of the shot clock, David. The least for Oklahoma was 3 seconds. The most, the Sooners used all of 19 seconds one time. Loyola's least amount of time was 5 seconds, and the most they used was 25. Turn it off. They didn't need it last Saturday night either. Now, 4:31 to play. Oklahoma leading 122-91. Don't forget, we'll have our post-game wrap-up after our play-by-play broadcast, and David will be in the locker room visiting with head coach Billy Tubbs and a couple of the Sooner players. It's all ahead on the Sooner Basketball Network. Let's take a 10-second pause. You're listening to the Sooner Basketball Network.
Help bring Christmas to area children by picking a name from Fort Gibson's Spirit of Christmas Tree, located in the lobby of the First Bank and Trust Building, KKWK and KLUE Muskogee.
And at the free throw, 6 of 8 at the free throw line. He's hit his last 4. And if he can get one here, he will have his career high, but he's first of two, is short off the front of the rim. Jones has his career high of 29. Blaylock still trying to nail his. Now Davis has his as the second free throw is good. And the ball stolen in. The inbounds by Blaylock is shot up no good. He gets his own miss back and fields it again. That's 12 steals for Blaylock. Here's Jones down underneath in the corner to Davis, and he tries to give it back, and he throws the ball away. And on the break, Loyola down court, a pass intended for Gathers, and it's off his hands as Blaylock broke it up. Boy, Mookie has been some kind of a bug out there. Football pass down court. Patterson behind the defense, and he tries to jam it and is fouled on the play. And the guy who draws the foul is Peabody. He's going to foul out of the game. We'll take a 30-second network timeout for Texaco and be back.
Here you are, just a Texaco star up ahead. It's there shining bright.
When more than your car needs filling up, check out a Texaco Food Mart. We have everything you need. Piping hot coffee, cold drinks, snacks, even the basics like bread and milk. And you can charge it all with your convenient Texaco credit card.
The third Lions player to foul out of the game tonight is Tom Peabody. And of the three, he's our highest scorer with 2 points. The other two did not score. Andre Wiley has come in. Damon Patterson is at the line to shoot two, and he misses on his first attempt.
He may be a little woozy shooting that. He banged his head on the backboard trying to slam that time when he was fouled.
Next one is up, and that one finds a home for his 7th point. Davis is checked out. Wiley is in for Oklahoma. Down the near boundary with it is Lowry. Gives it up to Simmons. Guarded by Patterson underneath. The Gathers lost it. Got it back in traffic, and Blaylock gets him on the wrist as he tried for an NCAA record-tying 13th steal right there. As a team, Oklahoma has 16, and again, Mookie has 12 of them. 4:01 to play, 124-91. And Loyola now officially goes into the 1-1 here late in the first half. Sooners have been in for nearly 7 minutes. They went in at the 10:48 mark. Free throw is up and in by Gathers. What did I say, David?
Second half. Second half.
What did I say?
First half.
Oh, no, we're right. It's the second half. Where am I? Gathers.
Well, it's gone by fast.
Throw. Right. This is the second free throw. King gets the rebound. That's 19 for him. And now Stacey dribbles the ball into the forecourt and then threw it away on a pass out of the hands of Tyrone Jones. And for the Sooners, they hit 19 turnovers. Oklahoma's averaging 17. Their opponent's 21 coming in. Lowry brings it across into the forecourt. And the teams shooting at the opposite end from their benches in this game. Pass out front to Gathers. Free throw line, drives in, gets into the lane, loses the ball. Hot pass, Blaylock, down court, takes it in. Now he's got his career high. 31 for Mookie Blaylock. 126-92. 3:33 to play. Right side with it is Fryer. Bunny hops into the lane, turns, shoots, misses. King with the rebound. He's got 20. Down the left side to Jones. Jones underneath, pass intended for Wiley. Wiley has sprained an ankle. He goes out of bounds. He's hurt out of bounds. Ball fielded by Jones. And now we're going to get a foul called against Loyola's Terrell Lowry, and Wiley has sprained an ankle. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this for State Farm.
Oklahoma families count on State Farm for all their family insurance needs. When it comes to homeowners insurance, they're getting good protection at a good price, great claims handling, and an agent who delivers outstanding personal service. They're getting a homeowner's insurance value that gets talked about. That's why State Farm insures more homes in Oklahoma than anyone else.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Andre Wiley has twisted an ankle and is on the bench far side, and Mike Bell, the senior from Montgomery, Alabama, who made his first appearance of the year briefly late against Oral Roberts last week, is in. And Stretch Jones is at the free throw line and gets his 30th point. So he and Blaylock are, David, is it safe to say, going to share our Oklahoma County Line Barbecue Restaurant Player of the Game award?
Yeah.
it will be our first split vote of the season. We'll give you an update on that here a little bit later. Jones misses the second one. King gets the rebound, puts it up and in, and that ties his personal record for rebounds with 21. Down court, Lowry brings it. Now he's got the record as King gets the rebound after Lowry's miss. And the Sooners have it to Blaylock, and from behind, Blaylock has the ball stolen by Tyrell Lowry. Down 2:52 to play. Lowry to the free throw line, off balance, throws up a shot, misses it, got it back, leans in, and puts it in off the glass. His first basket, 5 points. 129-94. 2:40 left to play in the game. Damon Patterson to Blaylock. Blaylock at the free throw line, trailing the play. Now tries to go inside on the pass. Bell hustles for it on the far side. Gives to King. Back to Bell. He's got a jam for two. Stacey said, I don't want it. You take it, Michael. And he jammed it home. 2:21 left to play. 131-94. Oklahoma en route to its 6th win. Will go 6-1. Loyola will fall to 1-3. In the corner is Enoch Simmons to Gathers. He's free, drives the paint, puts up the shot, and scores. Gathers with 27. Stacey King hustles the ball into Mookie Blaylock. Down the far side, Patterson in the deep right corner. Can't connect. Gathers with the rebound. Looking for help. Now sends a long pass up court. Nobody on Simmons. He'll pop for three, and he sends it home. Enoch Simmons with a three-pointer. And Loyola now about to blast 100. They're at 99. 143-99. Stretch Jones going for three. Give it to him. Left side. 4 three-pointers in the second half. 33 points for Jones. 31 for Blaylock. Minute 30 to go. 134-99. And timeout called by Paul Westhead and the Lions. Back after this local timeout. 34-99. And you know the cigar is ready to be lit up because the ski man, Jason Skursinski from Bartlesville, has checked into the Oklahoma lineup, and so is Kermit Holmes. So both are in. And a newcomer in, Terry Mister, a sophomore, in for Loyola. John O'Connell with the basketball. Left side to Simmons. Drives in the paint. Puts up a nice layup on the drive and gets it for points 27 and 28. 134-101. Mike Pell back down court. Up to Holmes. He wants to shoot a three-pointer out front. It won't fly. Gathers with the rebound. Gathers on the left side now to Terry Mister. Mister driving all the way down. Behind him to O'Connell. And his short jumper is in for his first 2 points. 50 seconds to go. 134-103. Blaylock at half court to Skursinski, and the ball out of bounds and touch glass by Loyola. KOCO Television, we have been informed by their sports director, Dean Blevins, has a copy of the OU NCAA penalty. They'll lead the 10 p.m. news with us. Dean is here and will join us on the wrap-up to talk briefly about it on our wrap-up show. We're down to 45 seconds left to play. In this one, in Oklahoma has destroyed Loyola here in the second half as Kermit Holmes on the inbound drives into the lane and scores his first 2 points. 136-103. Gathers down court, loses the ball at the baseline, but saves it to Simmons. It's Hully-Gully time now, David. Up to Mister with 25 seconds left. Blaylock trying to get a steal here that would break his NCAA record. Now Fryer fires a shot. It's airballed. King with the rebound. Stacey at the opposite end. Half court to Skursinski. Skursinski underneath the Holmes. He's there and is fouled. And we'll take a 30-second network timeout for Budweiser. Kermit Holmes at the line, fouled underneath with 9 seconds to play. Misses on his first. And his second one is up, and it bangs away no good. Gathers with the ball. Up to Mister. Mister bringing it down court, drives all the way in, pops it in the corner. A three-pointer by Enoch Simmons. It won't fly, and it's all over. 136-103. Now this 60-second network timeout.
Wherever you are, trust the Texaco star up ahead. It's there shining bright.
Up ahead, there's a Texaco Star Station with all the products and services you need. Powerful super unleaded gasoline, Haviland Superior grade motor oil, even a pool part, a car wash, and the friendly attitude you've come to trust at your Texaco station.
Both teams have left the floor, and there have still been some records tied tonight. Mookie Blaylock with 13 steals. He gets an NCAA record tie, his own, from last year. And a Lloyd Noble center record for most rebounds a game, tied by Stacey King tonight, and his personal best as a center with 23. David will get you back on the wrap-up show when we return in 2 minutes. The final, Oklahoma 136, Loyola 103. Back in 2 minutes with our